Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about budgeting in my bullet journal. So this video was originally going to be at the end of my budget check-in, but it got to be so long that if I left it in, it would end up being like a whole half hour. So I know this says week 17 and we're now in like week 18 or something. So last week I was doing a lot of thinking. There are places in my budget that I know I can cut, that I know I should cut, but I didn't really know where to start. So I did sort of a brain dump, but it comes with a confession. So if you guys ever wondered, this is hard, you guys. Okay. So if you guys ever wondered what I was buying at Walgreens that I never mention, but it's always there, these are Capris. So they're a type of cigarette. And yes, I smoke cigarettes. It's a terrible, nasty habit. So if you have comments about that, you know, if you could be kind, that would be great. If you're not going to be kind, I mean, I can just delete your comment. But yeah, so I actually had quit smoking probably the first year and a half of the pandemic, just because I knew it increases, just because I knew, like, logically, I know it's not healthy for me. But just the pandemic just sort of gave me that extra kick to quit, and that was lovely because I could breathe better, I was saving money, and it was great. But then fast forward to just some stressful times, and it just kind of picked up the habit again. So every time you see the Walgreens, that's me picking up cigarettes and the Capris. So that is point number 1 right here in where I could cut my spending. And the first one is quit smoking. And when I thought of it this way and how much money I spend on smoking, that's like $60 out of each paycheck that I was allotting for my allowance, but I ended up using it for smoking, which is terrible. So 120, let's just say that I used this up only for smoking and, you know, didn't buy myself markers and whatnot. Also, another reason why I bought markers, because I was proud of myself to have had that much money left in my allowance. So I wanted to treat myself without, you know, because I had that money left over. I didn't use it on cigarettes. Anyway, so $120 a month on smoking, that is definitely something I could cut. And I am thinking of gamifying this. Now, if you've ever seen videos or listened to podcasts about building habits, one of the things that can help build a habit is to gamify something. That's where you take something that might be an unpleasant task or a habit you want to build and turn it into a game, and that sort of just gives you that little extra boost to build that habit. So that is what I'm going to do. Or that's what I'm planning to do. And I made myself some notes. Okay. I'm just got my notes right here. So, by the way, in case you want to see the rest of my list, so find a cheaper hair salon. My last service was $366. I about crapped myself, and so did Broke Budgets. And she commented on that video, and that was hilarious. I think she was trying to be nice, but I was like, my sister almost crapped herself when I told her how much it cost, and she was like, me too. Anyway, so yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking into. I need to find somewhere that's more in my price range that, I mean, then I could save some of that money. Anyway, sorry. I could cut back on streaming services. I mean, I have like Netflix, and this is probably Hulu and Disney, and this is, oh my gosh, Prime. So I have these. It adds up to about $42.50 a month. And I'm like so tempted right now to get the Stars app, because like they're having a special, like $3 a month for like 6 months or whatever, and it keeps popping up on my Instagram stories or my Instagram, you know, the ads and stuff. I'm really tempted to get that, but I'm, you know, trying to stay away. And then my next one that I could cut back on iCloud, I'm thinking I could download or upload my videos to a hard drive. That way I'm not using up the cloud, and then just drop it back down to $2.99. We'll see how that goes. Another big one is stopping food waste. Sometimes I will get excited about a food and buy it, and then just either I'm the only one eating it and then it goes to waste, that sort of thing, which is not good. One, it's not good for the environment. Two, it's not good for my wallet. And then the last one I put was cut back on eating out. I put that last. Probably one of the last things I would want to cut, because I do enjoy going out to eat. But yeah, you know, I could cut back on that a little bit. So we'll see. Anyway, back to quitting smoking. So what I plan to do, did I do my May 4th budget yet? I didn't. Okay, so let's just go to my April 20th budget. So here's my allowance. So $60. Right now, as you saw, I only have $1.27 left in there. So this is not going to work for this paycheck. But in future paychecks, what I plan to do is to invest in, what is it called? Fractional shares. So I have my Roth IRA account with Charles Schwab. I'm fairly new there. I still am trying to learn this whole thing. I'm like totally late to the game, you guys. I think I've mentioned that before. But anyway, so I recently opened up a brokerage account, mainly because I wanted to do the fractional shares there, and they call them slices at Schwab. First of all, I want to mention where I sort of got this idea. I believe it's D versus Debt, who had this or has this idea where whenever she purchases something from a store or pays a bill, she invests like $1 in fractional shares. I think she uses Cash App. I don't have Cash App, so this is what I'm coming up with. I mean, I might look into that in the future because it seems really cool. It seems kind of like a fun way to just invest in random companies. Because it's good to invest, I guess. I don't know. I'm new to this. So anyway, so my idea that I wanted to do is invest in the Schwab slices. But the thing is with theirs, it's $5 per slice and up to 10 slices per transaction. So what I plan to do is any money I have left over in my account, so let's just say I have 60. Let's pretend I didn't spend any of it. $60 and I didn't spend any of it. That is divisible easily by 5. And that gives me 12 slices that I could purchase. And I think to gamify it, I'm gonna pick some stocks. I've kind of already started out with a list. So I start out with this little list of just companies that I'm familiar with, like Apple, Amazon, Anthem, Bristol Myers Squibb, Colgate, Clorox, Chipotle, Costco, you guys, Walt Disney. Anyway, so all these right here. I mean, I haven't really looked into any of them. I just kind of picked them because they are familiar. I'm familiar with at least the companies. So anyway, so I'm thinking of putting all these like on either like strips of paper or little tokens and putting them in a hat or a bag and picking the slices, or picking the different companies that I want the slices from. So let's say if I'm picking out 12 slices, and I'll pick out 12 things from this list, and then do it that way. So let's say I have $13 left. And that's only, I mean, if you divide that by 5, you're gonna get like two slices with $3 left over, right? So I would just hang on to that $3 in my allowance, and then buy the 2 slices, pick them out of the hat, whatever. And so yeah, so that's what I'm planning to do. It's still in the planning stage. Obviously I can't do much with $1.27, so it's definitely going to be implemented in my next budget. Fingers crossed. I mean, I could just quit cold turkey. You know, I've done it before. It's not easy, but for me it's doable. But so one of the reasons why I was eyeballing this $120 was like, well, I could be saving that for retirement, or I could be putting that into another category. But like, what other categories do I need? Like, seriously, guys. I think my categories right here are pretty good. I mean, I could go buy myself more stuff, but is that really gonna do anything? Then I thought of like taking the money out in a cash jar, or taking out money in cash and putting it in a jar. That way I can visually see my money building up. But if I invest it, I could also see it. I'll see it on my Schwab app and my Schwab account. I could see it growing. I mean, or I could also end up losing money, especially with how the stock market went today, you guys. Anyway, so there's always that risk, and I'm not an expert, but I just wanted to do this for fun and as extra motivation to quit smoking. So, I mean, I might still go out and buy myself some markers or stationery, or I might need a new top or whatever. Like, I could still use my allowance however I want, but the main thing is that I don't want to be using it for cigarettes anymore. I might slip now and then, and I hope you'll be kind if you see Walgreens and Capri's in my budget. So, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I know smoking has other costs. It has costs to my health, which in turn could cause increased cost in medical bills. So there's a lot of benefits to this, but I wanted to gamify it as an extra added bonus. And if it doesn't work, we just keep trying, because I don't want to be a 60-year-old lady with like a trach pulling around an oxygen tank. So that's not the life that I want. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me in this budgeting journey of mine. Have a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.